Hello students, today we are going to learn about the transaction value in the GST. So it is transaction value is nothing but it is price or a value which is actually paid or payable for the particular supply of goods and services. It is nothing but price or a value what we are going to pay for a supply of goods and services. So that is nothing but transaction value in the GST. So on this transaction value, the GST, it might be CGST or SGST or IGST will be calculated. So the transaction value is nothing but it is a price which is the sole consideration for a particular supply. It is nothing but a consideration what a supplier going to get, a consideration what a supplier going to get for a particular supplier of a goods and services. So on this transaction value, the GST will be levied. So the supplier has to pay taxes GST on their transaction value of goods and services. So now we'll see how this transaction value of a goods and services will be calculated. So there will be a one format for computing the taxable value. So the transaction value is nothing but it is a taxable value. On that value the tax will be calculated. So we'll see what is this format for the computing the taxable value or a transaction value. So here we have the format shows about the transaction value. So if expenses are charged separately, by the supplier, then we have to use this format. So in the format, so particulars and two amount columns. So firstly we have to take the selling price of a supply of goods, and selling price or actual price of a goods and services. It might be selling price, showroom price or quoted price or a cost of a particular product. So that is the value we have to take in the second column. This selling price, it should be excluding GST. So here we are calculating the taxable value for computing the GST, isn't it? Here we are calculating the transaction value or taxable value for computing the GST. So here while taking the selling price we should exclude the GST. So if in the question if they given the selling price including the GST, then we have to deduct the part of GST and we have to write the selling price. So the selling price we have to take excluding the GST, because while calculating we are calculating the GST, so the price should not include GST. If the price includes, means there will be a double taxation. So in order to avoid, we have to exclude the GST here. Whatever the GST paid earlier, we have to exclude it, and we have to add all those selling price as well as expenses. After to the final answer, we have to calculate the GST. So next we have to add some of the inclusion which is not included in the selling price. So there might be some expenses which is not included or added to the selling price, but it is allowable expenses. So allowable expenses which is not included, we have to add all those expenses. So we'll see one by one. First one is pre-delivery inspection charges. So this is a one of expenses which is allowable to the particular supply of goods and services, allowable expenditure it is. So those expenditure we have to add. Publicity expenses or any packing cost, discount in case of advance payment, material purchase. So in the case of material purchase, we pay some GST indirect. While purchasing any material, we are going to pay a GST. So if we have any paid the GST, then we have to take the material purchased amount excluding the GST. The price should not include the GST, because we are calculating the transaction value for calculating the GST. So here the GST should not be included. So that part of GST we should exclude, and we have to write excluding the GST what is the value of material purchase, that value we have to take. Then if there is any raw material supplied by the buyer directly or indirectly on a free of cost, or maybe at a reduced cost for use in connection with such a supply. So any material supplied by a buyer along with that for free of cost or reduced cost, we have to add. Then design and development charges we have to add. Subsidies directly linked to the price. If there is any subsidy which is linked to the price, then we have to add. And we should not add the subsidy received by a central or state government. Sure, remember here, subsidies which is provided by a central or state government we should not add. So subsidy directly linked to the price we have to add. Other than, we should exclude this. We should not include, or we should not add subsidies provided by central or state government. Then bonus, commission, incentives for increasing sales. If there is any bonus expenses, bonus paid, commission or incentive for increasing sales, then that also we have to add. Then royalties or any license fees relating to supply, then that also we have to add. Advertising expenses, servicing expenses, selling expenses, freight charges incurred by a seller up to the recipient place or place of delivery. So if there is any freight charges incurred by a seller to the recipient buyer place or a place of delivery, so that is also allowed. We have to add installation and erection expenses if it is shown in the invoice at the time or before delivery, so that also we have to add. Then insurance charges incurred by seller up to the place of delivery or recipient place. Then any transport charges we have to add. These are allowable expenses. Then if there is any taxes, duties or cesses, any fees has been paid, so that also we have to include, but except the CGST, SGST and IGST. We should not include the GST. Other than GST, if there is any other taxes has been paid, then we have to add. Then import from other country, if there is any import, purchases from other country, that also we have to add. So while adding this import, we have to include the basic custom duty. Custom duty we have to include, but we have to exclude the GST. IGST if we have paid for import, that IGST we have to exclude, but we have to include the custom duty or any other taxes excluding the GST. Remember, we have to exclude only the CGST, SGST, IGST or any GST we have to exclude, but we have to include if there is any BCD, that we have to include. Then loading and handling charges we have to add, warranty expenses we have to add. So after adding all these expenses, we will get one value. So we have to total it, selling price and add. So we will get one value here. Next to that value we have to deduct, from that value we have to deduct some of the exclusions if included in the selling price. So if any expenses included in the selling price, if it is disallowed, we have to exclude. So some of the exclusions or disallowed items, if it is included in the selling price, then we have to deduct. So that should not be included for calculating the GST. So there are mainly three items. So the first one is cash or trade discount. So if in the question if they have given cash or trade discount, then we have to deduct that value, cash or trade discount. Then discount in normal practices, cost of durable or returnable packing included in the selling price. If there is any cost of durable or returnable packing, then that value we have to exclude. So for the particular product supply, cost of packing is allowable. So see here, cost of packing cost is allowable. It is inclusive expenses we have to add. The durable or returnable packing, which is not a allowable expenses, so we have to exclude that. That is why we are deducting it. Cost of durable or returnable packing, which is included in the selling price, that means we have to exclude. So durabilities and which can be returnable also, so that we should not include for the selling price. So only three amount we have to deduct. So we will get one value. So that is nothing but transaction value before adding the profit. So before adding the profit, we will get the transaction value. After that we have to add the profit margin. So after adding the profit margin, we will get one value. The value is nothing but the transaction value, final transaction value or taxable value of goods and services. On this value the tax will be calculated. On this value the GST will be calculated. So how this GST will be calculated? See here, format for computation of output tax liability or the tax liability, GST payable. Format for computation of output tax liability, or if you want you can write GST payable. So here particulars and two amount. So first we have to take the transaction value. So the same value we have to take, transaction value or taxable value of goods and services. So write value, so put underline it, then put underline for this. So on this value we have to calculate the GST. So if the supply is made within the state, then we have to take SGST and CGST. So the transaction value into the tax rate applicable for that particular supply, that we have to take. If it is 12%, then we have to take 6% each. So that is nothing but the tax liability or the GST payable. So this is a total tax liability. So if supply is between two state, IGST will be calculated in place of CGST and SGST. So here output tax we have to take transaction value into the rates of GST. In place of SGST and CGST we have to take IGST. So that you will be going to clearly understand while calculating the practical illustrations.